than friends, less than lovers, pals. Oh, yeah.
Rain, snow, sleet,
hail.
wind. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Off the table for mattering.
Something is going to happen.
When you are a mail delivery, when you're a
You
postman,
best believe
postperson,
that mail's going to come.
that mail's coming.
No
I think we take that
matter-
for granted.
Oh, absolutely.
We take that for granted, and it's just.
Mm.
I just and
we have
don't
a
get
friend whose dad he works for UPS.
Yeah,
And he is hustling.
He has been there
to deliver your
Yeah,
packages.
king of the cardboard boxes, baby.
Building forts in the back.
Yeah, but like, I just think that do we have any pal male people or anybody who has
Or anyone
like
who's like family.
if you have anybody, I'm not joking, please have them write into us. And we say this, I'm going to be honest with you, pals. We don't have a P.O. box.
No.
We've had one or two people ask for a P.O. box, and we were like,
We were like,
"Oh."
we don't know that we're at the point of being able to
I almost gave our
justify
address once,
a
and Maddie
P.O.
was like,
box.
no, don't do that. And I was like, right.
We're learning to set boundaries. So know that. We're not
We're in
trying
the
to push you away,
process.
but we're just learning.
So if at any point you're like, whoa, they
Well,
were really personal and
just
like
know we're-
weirdly sincere,
we're
working on it.
calibrating.
We're
calibrating.
figuring it out.
Yeah, I know
Getting
some of you
into the
have gotten some emails that you have been like, whoa,
Wow.
they really poured their hearts out to me.
Yeah. And that's, again, if you have sent an email and it's taken a long time, we really can't stress it enough. It is because we sit down. If you have gotten a response from us, that is truly from the both of us. We sit across from each other with our laptops.
We both have them open.
And we trade off who's like reading aloud, basically.
So while one of us is reading, we both listen. And then we kind of
We're kinda like-
discuss what we should answer it as. And then whatever we discuss, that one of us goes and
Just
writes
starts
that.
beginning to.
And then
put
we read the next one, and then we go vice
Yeah,
versa.
yeah.
We write back and forth, but we're talking about it
Yeah,
beforehand.
and they are deeply impacting us every time. Every time that we read, it can be the slightest thing, it can be the biggest thing.
Sometimes it'll send us on a spiral of talking about something else.
Yeah. If you can't tell, guys, actually, can I say this? Metaphor-free episode. This is very literal.
Which I know, and I'm sorry because everyone has been. You
Which
guys have been
means a
very
lot.
nice about the metaphors.
You
Yeah,
guys
we've had a lot of positive feedback
say
about
this?
the metaphors.
You guys have been chill as hell about the metaphors.
Yeah, thanks for being cool about the metaphors.
We
Sometimes
appreciate
people
that.
don't love the metaphors, and I
Sometimes
get
people are
it.
like, that was one too many metaphors.
You just kind of like,
talk-
okay.
Especially because we're always like, don't hide behind irony. But metaphors are not irony. Metaphors can be very sincere.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just more so a vessel.
Mm-hmm. And there's that word again.
Also, it's freezing. It's so cold right now, guys.
And we went to Dunkin' this morning, and look what we got. Look what we got.
Without
You're gonna be mad
even
at us.
batting
You're
an
gonna be mad at
eye.
us. Guys, we didn't think about it till we were getting ready.
And we were like, why? As we're shivering while getting ready, why did we get iced drinks? I will say I got really overwhelmed. We had never done the drive-thru at Dunkin'. We had just gotten yelled at in a car. I tried to stand my ground, you guys, and then I instantly was like, wait a minute, actually this guy's scaring
Guys,
me.
The
He
way
wasn't
that the block around Dunkin' anywhere is Boston. Like, for some reason, all of a sudden, that block only, it's Boston. Boston
and you
rules
better
apply.
step up.
Boston rules apply. That means yelling, totally fine.
Because I am not the kind of person that will confront anybody on the road. I really am
What
not.
came out of Millicent? So basically, we're trying to turn into Dunkin' Lane, right? But we got to turn left. We're not that far from a stoplight. We just passed a stoplight. So if someone's trying to turn left at the stoplight, they would be kind of getting into the same lane as us. But they had plenty of room to get there by going around us. Plenty. And we were clearly waiting for the drive-thru that wasn't going to be moving any time. So we were going to be sitting here for a second.
I had my turn signal on. I
We
had
been there
gotten
for a
up
minute.
there.
So he had a long time to see us. And then he pulls in front of us, sits there for a minute.
Like, it's just sitting there fully blocking me. Again, nobody's coming on my side, so he's blocking me. So I don't move because I'm like, I can't move.
We're here.
Then he drives up beside us, and I look at him, and I go, and at at that point,
Again,
guys,
Boston rules apply.
Let me be clear. That is the extent of my road rage for audio listeners. Just a slight, like, hand out, kind of like a, what are you doing? It's not even, like, overtly angry.
It's
I
like,
kind of
hey,
go, what are
let's
you
talk.
doing? My mouth is open, though. He, from his window, his purple car, okay, first of all, jealous. That's why I'm really upset about it. I love a purple car.
She's like, what is it about you that gets a purple car?
But I was like, I said no, and I turned around and I started doing something, but then he started yelling.
He started yelling, and we said, not today.
All right.
We said, we
And
don't
you know
have
what?
time this morning.
I will step on the gas on my little Chevy Spark.
And we're going to talk about it all the way down here. Bye. We're actually being the bigger man.
Ah! Gotta drive on the block.
And then other people were driving crazy. It just was
The
like
way-
a crazy 30 seconds of driving.
Okay, but the way that he was yelling was really like, I will open this door right
No.
now. I was like, I clocked it so fast when I saw his eyes. I was like, oh my goodness, he's mad. Whoa, this is actually so much bigger than I thought.
And that's why we went.
I think he had seen, because he came up to me and kind of made like a what face. So then when I was making the what face, I was like, uh-oh, this is confrontation now. Uh-oh, we're both going, and he's going to see that as confrontation. I think he was like seeing whatever, him blocking me, I think he saw it as some type of power thing of like, you move first. And I'm like, I ain't go nowhere.
That was the thing where it
I ain't
felt
got
like
no-
he thought we had a choice. And it was like, our choice has been made.
You think
Our
I'd
choice is
be
here
here?
and now. You had the choice, and I'm sorry that you have this choice now.
You
It's
think
limited.
I'd be here staring down your SUV in my ladybug of a car?
We don't want to be.
If I could,
He's up there. Guys, we're here. He's here.
Can't even begin to describe how small my car is.
We're tiny.
Yeah.
This man's scary. Goes
Anyways.
around.
So that was Duncan. But then by the time we get into the drive-through, because this is the Duncan that we have gone in before, and when we went in, it was the
Disaster.
fire alarm was going off for literally the entire time we were in there. The fire alarm was
Nobody
going off.
seemed concerned
Nobody's
about it.
reacting. A woman comes in and is like, "What is going on?" And we were like, "Hey, girl, welcome to Duncan. Like, this is it. I don't know what to tell you."
And then she like tried to get it under control, and the manager was like,
I worked at a Starbucks that was also a drive-through, and it always felt like the drive-through we had to crank on it.
yeah.
So it was kind of like, if the line's not that long in the drive-through, I'm probably going to go in the drive-through, because if I go inside, they're not focused on the people coming in.
No,
They're like,
no.
why did you come in?
Yeah, you just did drive through.
What are you doing
We're
in
mostly
here?
doing drive through these days.
Yeah, but by the time we got there, I am not familiar enough with Dunkin',
No.
quite frankly.
And it was a little embarrassing because we did wait a little bit in line. We probably should have just pulled up a menu. But we got to the front. We were like,
They
she was
didn't
like, what do
have
you
those-
want? We were like, we actually don't know. And we're sorry because there is a big line.
Drive-throughs, I really, really need y'all to just be popping up some QR codes in the
Or
earlier
put
line.
the menu earlier.
Just make it
We're already
earlier. Give
live.
me that thing, because I'll be ready then. I won't have any questions because I'll be there. And I felt so stupid because it wasn't that she was rude at all. It was just that she answered the questions very like to the point. So I would say, do you guys still have the blueberry? I said that I'd had a blueberry donut thing a couple months ago when I was there. I was
It's a
like,
lot.
maybe you
guys
still have
remember
that.
It was 3 donut.
Yeah, the
was the
menu has
flavor.
it is very hard to read the menu and understand the
A lot going on.
because I know I can get some crazy drinks here, but none of them feel like they're up on the menu. Anyways, we
Yeah,
panicked.
they weren't showing the new like.
Well, I followed your
flavors of
lead
today.
because you said you were getting an ice one, and I was like, I guess I'm going ice.
No, and that's on me.
that's not.
I'll take this.
Well, I could have stepped up. You know, I could have said, that's pretty chilly. Yeah,
I'll take a zip as my punishment.
I'm right there with you.
That's my bones clanking. Chattering.
So anyways, welcome to Mail episode 2.
If that wasn't clear.
Yeah, this week is about mail. We have done a mail episode before, and can
Yeah.
we say the contrast between the two, just in terms of mail for us on our end?
And we want to
was
start by
really-
saying thank you to a few people. Thank you to our families
Yeah.
and our like immediate friends who really supported us in those early days. Thank you guys. Because the last time we did a mail episode, it was mostly from
It was
them.
blood. It was
It
blood.
was about 50-50.
Yeah, but then we also had to go to Reddit, and that was really hard. We just had to like act as if
People
we weren't
wanted our
acting like it. We
advice.
were very upfront that it was Reddit. You know, let's
yeah,
be
oh
honest.
yeah, we weren't.
But we
weren't
also had
lying.
said help us get off Reddit by writing in, and you guys have been writing in, and hey, that means everything.
Guys, so if we didn't read yours today, know that we were trying to get around to responding to more of them. We didn't do all of them, and some people asked us not to, but we're gonna respond.
We also did accidentally print out. I think it was like one of them that we were like, oh wait, this person asked us not to share. It was
Yeah,
just
we were
so
like, oh.
touching and moving to us.
Yeah,
we were like,
yeah,
oh.
we were like, yeah.
And then we were like, right.
Right, got
Don't
it,
worry.
Reel it
These
in, reel it in.
lips are sealed, baby.
But so thank you to
Yes.
everyone who has emailed in. We truly love reading all of them. Before we started this episode, we had a moment where we were just like, hey, are we taking this in?
Are we holding this?
Are we holding space for this? Hey, folks. Hey, folks.
We holding space for
Are
this?
we holding that space?
Yeah, we're not dropping that meme. Yeah, we know. Hey, get this.
Forever.
Get this. In 5 months, it's gonna come right back around, baby.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
just so everybody's
don't
aware
forget,
that is coming
there's a
back.
part 2 of Wicked. If
If
you don't know
you're-
what we're talking about, we're talking about the holding
Sorry.
space meme that happened with Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, and that
They
woman,
know.
and I'm blanking on her name. Yeah, I probably threw the photo.
She has been that woman who did that.
and
she has
respect,
been, yeah.
because you gotta.
She's been
Her
doing
window
commercials,
is small,
yeah.
but she has been getting that
Crank
back.
it out,
Do
girl.
it, girl. So this is our mail episode. We're finally gonna read some more emails. We're not gonna read all of them. We just selected a few.
Oh, sorry. He's like, I'm sorry, girls. We're like 11. Sorry, they. They. I think that somebody wants his little moment real quick.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Mail, our mailbox.
Mail.
You guys have been feeding him so well. Sorry, actually, he's like, stop talking for me. Hold on. Yeah.
So
I think he speaks for himself when he says he's really excited
yeah.
to be doing this. He's a little bit worried. But whenever you send an email
Oh
to...
yeah, I guess I forgot we gotta explain this to the new pals.
Yeah, so sorry.
If you weren't here for the last mail episode, yeah.
Yeah, the first mail episode, we met Mail, which is our mailbox. He is sentient. However, it's not... He's in no suffering.
It is his
It's only
species.
joy, really. He only experiences
his
pleasure.
species is this. So like think of like snakes. He's almost like a snake, and his thing is that he eats mail. He loves to eat mail, guys.
Yeah,
this
he loves
brings
it.
him joy.
So, like, when you send an email, you are actively
loves it.
feeding
He
him.
loves it.
And if you've ever gone on our contact page on our
Yeah.
website, you can see a picture of him
Yeah.
as well.
And just know though, like with any incredible feat of like joy in your career, I think it has to come at some sort of sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
And a bit of the sacrifice is the way that we have to retrieve the mail, which again, that is a part of what brings him joy, is like giving us the mail.
Mm-hmm,
We do have to reach our hands inside of him.
Inside of his
Kind of
his gullet.
It's kind of down like it's kind of just sits there. It's almost like a pocket.
Here.
Yeah.
So he's
just
really
the
just
stuff.
he's a pocket.
He's a
and
pocket.
we have to reach inside of him to
It's kind of like a Venus
get-
flytrap.
Yeah. But it doesn't hurt him, regardless of how it may seem or how. And this,
No, regardless
you know
of
what?
how it sounds.
Actually, hold on. You have consented to, and you have no pain from, and you
like lasting
you're
pain.
you're down with this. You're down with this, Mel, right?
Yeah. See. It's
So-
like guys, he's again. The sounds are gonna make you go, oh my gosh. No, he's okay.
Yeah. And maybe this would be a better audio episode for you. Who knows?
I don't know. That might be worse.
That's true.
Just hearing it.
Not being able to see that he's fine.
He's okay.
afterwards.
He's
Not being able to check back in with him and know, no,
He's
he's
cool.
okay. You can't
He's
hear him,
chilling.
and that's not because he's dead.
No,
that's
no.
because he's
He's
fine.
Because remember, he's basically like a plant. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't really talk.
Mm-hmm. Also, Maddie's
Snake.
Pathos thriving this week.
She got a bath.
I love
I
coming
think
in.
tomorrow she's really gonna be thriving.
Sometimes when I come into the bathroom and she's hanging in the shower, I'm like, oh, sorry. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
I
because
didn't
you
mean to.
caught her. And her arms usually hanging out.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Shall we
I
open our first one?
think it's time. Would you like to do
Again.
it first, brother? Mail.
Here. And then I'll read this one. I'll read
Okay,
this.
fantastic. Mail. Thank you so much.
Wow, it's
To the pals from a pal.
Wow, thank you, pal.
Oh my gosh. Oh, right. Wow. Throwback. Okay. Sorry, guys. Maddie just threw the envelope, and that was a little bit of a throwback to our first mail episode.
Name, Chloe. Hi, Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
Subject, Bree, parentheses, BREE, question mark, on the
Well,
parentheses.
we can.
Question. So people were asking about the spelling.
We'll clear
of
that
Bree's
now. It's
name.
B-R-I.
It's BRI. We do have our other friend named Bree, which is BRE, which is actually nice when you're texting
Yeah,
about
it is.
them.
It is good.
Behind their backs. Jokes. Those are jokes.
All jokes. We ain't got a mean thing to say about a Brie.
This is what Chloe said. Hey pals, was going through the comments on You Know When to Hold 'Em, and was our episode from a couple weeks ago, and wondering if someone leaves a comment referencing Brie or Brie, not sure on the spelling, do we call Brie Papa? Is Brie my Papa? Does Brie adopt every subscriber? Or
Valid.
would they prefer Brie from us online pals? Thanks, smiley face. Also, you can use my actual name. It won't let me unselect that box. Thank you for clarifying that.
Guys, the forms are tricky
and I would
on
have
Wix.
pointed out if I had read it below that said, please don't use my name. So just know that. Just trust. If I had accidentally read it, I would cut it out.
We're figuring out the tech.
We're learning. So we did actually go straight to the source this morning.
Yeah, because we
didn't
could
want to
ponder
answer
it as
for
much as we
Brie.
wanted,
Yeah,
but-
I could write a novel on if Brie would want
Also,
people to call her Papa or wouldn't.
Yeah, such a beautiful question because we do bring her up enough.
Yeah,
Now
a
that
ton.
it does. If she is coming up in discussion, it's important that we differentiate this.
Yes.
we went straight
So
to her.
We
and
asked, and she said she would prefer that Papa stays within the house.
that she's the
she
house.
says-
She's a papa of the house.
She's not everyone's Papa, and this is the thing that really got me. She says, I'm not trying to change everyone's air filter.
And
That
that's so
is such
papa.
a good dad comment of being like, I'm not trying to be everyone's dad.
yeah,
And she understands. She's setting boundaries. So it's Brie for the pals. That's all of you. We will refer to her as Papa
Yeah.
within these grounds.
these questions and conversations are critical.
so important
So
and
critical.
continue having them, honestly. But like, and this moment, that is where we stand.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, absolutely
Woo!
amazing.
Whoop whoop. Woo! I'm gonna hang on.
Did that
I'm
sound like a whoop whoop?
gonna-
Did that sound like it? If
Some
you're listening
of
while driving,
those-
don't worry. There's not anybody behind
I
you.
hate when songs have like a fire engine sound in it, 'cause like someone's being a bad
Or a
girl
honk.
and she's getting arrested, and it sounds like an ambulance is coming or a police car, and I think I'm getting pulled over.
There was I think there's one Lizzo song
Yep.
that has a horn.
Uh-huh.
And every time I listen to it,
I'm like-
I literally turn my music and be like, what?
Yeah.
Am I doing something wrong?
I'm like, who is honking at me?
I'm like, surely I'm doing something
oh,
wrong,
and
but
then I
I'd
have
love
to
to
go,
know why.
oh, it's Lizzo.
Oh.
Lizzo's
Lizzo.
honking at me.
All right. Reaching in, mail. Thank you.
Male. Again, pardon the sounds. He's fine. He's gonna be fine. Oh,
Wow. To the, pals from a pal.
Okay, you're sensing a theme here. One's like from your nemesis. We're like, oh my god. Drum roll.
This is from our pal, Mo.
Mo.
Subject, first YouTube video. Hi, pals. Literally just stopped dead in my track at work listening to the latest episode. I just need you, Maddie specifically. Won't take it personally. Don't worry, Mo.
No, we get
to
it.
know, no, we get it. That my first YouTube experience was also on my neighbor Andrew's computer. Although the cult classic Muffins was my first exposure to YouTube. White and Nerdy was queued up as the second. Truly have never had an original experience, but I'm so glad to share it with a pal. Stay safe and well out there, Mo.
That is why it's so important to have these conversations, because
Exactly, and we're gonna
finding
keep saying
that
it.
you that's going to be the theme
Every
of this
single one of
episode.
these
It
conversations
is important to have these
critical.
conversations, because to find that you have had that specific emotional experience, the flavor of that, you share
Yeah.
that with another person.
Wow.
Whoa.
And also, how beautiful that we don't have original. That like there are some original experiences. Your perspective is what's original about it. But like, how beautiful! Oh my goodness!
we
Everybody
share
has
these-
experienced these things. Humanity.
Oh, and Milson, even as I'm looking at our outfits, guys. So if you're listening, we're wearing green sweatpants on the bottom. First of all, our slippers that we
Yeah.
bought, because if you
Sorry,
remember,
matching
we used
slippers.
to have the Grimace Crocs. You will see them again,
But
but
it's not
it's
the summer.
cold.
Yeah.
So we bought these.
We needed our
instead.
toes and our heels covered.
We've got green sweatpants on because Millicent was wearing green sweatpants when we went to Dunkin', and we were deciding what to wear. And we were like, should we just wear sweats? And I was like, well, I have green sweats. Millicent was also wearing this sweatshirt, which we also both own.
The difference is mine has a lot of stains on it. Getting an all white sweatshirt was
Such a bad idea. No, I instantly
I think
got
the
like
first time I
spaghetti on
washed it, I was like, how did I get more stains by washing it?
No, mine definitely has a stain on it.
They're yellow too. Sorry.
We just have to do a poll. What's that stain?
Oh no. My sweatpants have a stain too.
Oh, brother.
But then we both also have these scarves on that are like the same
Yeah.
vibe. And we also were just freezing.
Oh
again,
yeah, we're
just
cold.
so
and
cold.
then I pitched gloves because I thought I had pink gloves, and Milson had purple gloves, and I couldn't find my pink gloves. So
But
now
my
we're
hands
here.
were cold, so.
But so I was like, of course you keep the gloves.
Obviously.
That's okay. So
Critical
that's our
conversations happening.
That's what I'm saying, that we've never had an original experience. Like a lot of these outfits.
Also, we
truly
did not
have
plan to both do pink eyeshadow.
No, I did it because of you though. I saw you had it, and then I went, I want that, and so then I did it. So see, guys, that's to share, to realize that you have the exact same outfit as your pal, and you can match like you were in 7th grade, just for a day, just for a morning, for people on the internet.
Wow. Mel, may we?
Mail, please, thank you. Again.
Don't worry about it.
Again,
He doesn't mind.
sorry.
To the pals from a
Oh,
pal. It's okay. We don't have to do it every
Sorry,
time. It's gonna
I
get a
just
lot if we
read
keep
that
doing it every
so
single time.
You know, and
You
I
were
think,
flying through it. I was like, okay.
I think that was my takeaway from last time, where I was like, we said that a lot.
Yeah.
We said that a lot.
No, and it's important to learn, guys. Again, we are always learning, always growing,
Always learning,
always listening.
always growing.
Ooh. Something about that scratch like an itch.
Okay, this one is from Talia. I don't know if it's our Talia. I don't know.
Talia? Is that our Talia?
I don't know. I don't know if she watches or not.
I think Talia might be a pretty
Our-
common name.
I think so.
Is that
we,
true,
we
Irish
have
pals?
an real life Irish pal named Talia that we met when we were in Ireland. She bought us baby Guinnesses. It was the time of our lives. Although
Baby
they,
Guinness is the best. I wish that I could feel more comfortable going up to every bartender I see and being like, hey, you got a baby Guinness? Yeah, I'm going to take that little sweet drink.
the vibe of that bar was crazy.
Give me
too.
that one that tastes like chocolate milk.
They were upset because we were there.
Yeah.
They had to come over and tell us. The bartender was like, "Hey, the owner's mad that there's Americans here." And we were like, "Whoa, that's how we know we're in it." But
we
then
were like,
okay,
that means we
okay.
got the hot tip because we had got it
Well,
from the
'cause
guy that we sat next
there
to on
was,
the
like,
plane on the way to Dublin. He
Yeah.
told us to go to this bar. He was like, that's where the
Yeah.
locals go. And we were
So
like,
we went, okay.
we went,
But there was a band playing up front. And that was where we kind of. So in America, I feel like a lot of times in bars when bands are playing, you're still kind of like, it's a bar, but there's also a band.
mm-hmm.
Like you can be listening, but you can also be talking. So we were talking to our friend who had just bought us a baby Guinness. Oh my God, we have a million questions to ask her. And she was ready to chit chat. So then the bartender came over and was like, hey, because people are like, don't want you to be talking.
And we were like,
Noted.
Noted.
Oh, got it. But
Noted.
then we went out back and had one of the craziest interactions.
then we
of
went
our
out back,
whole
and
trip.
within 3 minutes, a man named Maurice had snatched my hat off my head.
Yoinked it. We gotta find that photo.
But then when we showed our Irish friend, she goes, "Oh yeah, you can't be wearing a hat." And I
We
said,
went-
"What?" She said, "Like, oh yeah, you can't like she was like, yeah, a hat like that, like he would have yanked it." And I was like, "Is that a thing in Ireland?"
Finding out that there's these rules.
I was like, "I wish you told me when I was at the bar before I went out back."
Yeah, I get yoinked. Guys, it was crazy.
We have a video we have like a picture.
I think I have a
yeah.
photo and it's alive. And then he's wearing it.
And
He
we
put
just
it
go
on
like-
his head.
Because I
It
was on,
was-
guys, we were traveling. I was on day
Oh my.
6, no hair washing.
Oh
Maybe 7.
no.
I could go a long time.
But why weren't you? We had time. We weren't camping.
Okay, fine. I was probably on day 3 or 4.
I don't think you were. I just think you
I
had
didn't
been
know because we were
hustling.
cold. I didn't like washing my hair because I was so cold.
Yeah. That's fair.
And those faucets, they got so hot and it was so wonderful,
your
but they
room-
were really just
your-
trickling. We haven't even started reading.
Your
Talia's
room in
letter.
Ireland was so hot, guys. I opened Millicent's room, I think on St. Patrick's Day, and I was like,
We
I feel like I was.
we had gotten there the night before. It's very cold, but we had the
I feel
Airbnb
like
to
I was
ourselves
walking into a
unexpectedly.
greenhouse.
I had gotten a heater. I had also turned on my room heater.
Yeah, Millicent and
I
I
had
had
the
our own rooms.
window
We didn't have to
closed.
share because people didn't come with us. Anyway,
I was freezing,
she
guys.
cranked that heat. It was like a furnace.
I woke up soaking wet.
I had to
Guys,
be like,
Maddie
"Brother."
came in and was like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm not joking, guys. Like there was like a mist on the windows.
It was wet in there.
I slept like a baby.
You need to be put in the greenhouse. Wow, is that like scientists? Can I put you in for a study? Anyone want to
Well, I
study
didn't.
this?
It's not like I want to fall asleep hot. I want to fall asleep warm.
And then you want to get hotter?
I think I like waking up hot because then I'm like I'll get out of bed instantly.
Will you, or you'd be like, I'm cozy?
No, because I'm too hot. I'm like I'm sticky. I gotta take a shower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you want that though? Is there a better version where you just get up and you don't end up sticky,
We
or
can't
you
get-
gotta
I
be?
can't get
You
into
gotta
this
get
right
to
now.
that
I
point.
can't get into
okay,
this right
okay,
now.
okay. Talia said, "Talia, oh, we gotta stop."
Okay. We'll be right back.
Pals.
All right, so now we're actually going to read Talia's letter.
Talia, the long-awaited Talia's letter. She said, it's subject Aussie pals. Hey there, pals. My 18th birthday's coming up in June, and I'm an Aussie pal. So, if you want to come down under and be an entertainment for my birthday, I think that would be a great excuse for a trip. Also, I tell my pals to listen to the podcast so you have some loyal pals there.
First of all, not from Ireland.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess
So that answers our question. Sorry for the.
There we go. That whole debate.
Talia's listening, and she's like, "That's not."
We talked for 20 minutes about whether or not this is our Irish one. We could have just read it.
Yeah. First of all,
thank you.
oh my gosh,
Wow. I think we need to discuss
the Ireland.
the optics of that because we have quite a few more in here from pals of different areas.
But that is a point on the board for Australia.
Aussie.
I'll say it.
We'll put one on
That's
the
a
board.
point on the board
Ding,
for
ding,
anybody
ding.
who doesn't know. Our plan for the new year was to go to either Australia or Ireland, depending on which country can get 20 pals in a room first. And we will come and we will do something.
Yep.
We don't know what it is, but we're gonna hang.
We will make it unique.
So that's a point for Aussie pals. That's really thrilling. We just got
Round of applause for Aussie
Did
pals.
she say when her birthday is?
June.
Oh, great. Okay,
So that's
fine.
time.
We got time.
We'll figure that out. Because maybe we'll be there for something else too.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mel, thank you. I think
Oh wait,
you.
it's me.
Yeah. We weren't looking for one.
Do the pals from a pal. That was me just getting out of the way.
I like that you do want to read every time, but you know it's not practical. You're trying to get the best of both worlds. Whoa, mitten mode! Mitten mode! Are you for real? Are you for real? Oh my. If you are listening again, Millicent had one of those gloves that's kind of fingerless, but there's mittens on the back, and she just went into mitten mode. She just mittened up. Wow. Oh, look at her, you little snowman.
Honestly, mittens might be great for me sometimes. I might sleep in mittens.
I think you should sleep in mittens just for
Especially
a few
during
nights
bug,
and
during
see
bug
what
bite
happens.
season. I think I might need to sleep in some
Nah.
mittens. This is from Noosh. Subject, bit more off than we can chew. Oh, I hadn't even heard this. Wow. Hey there, pals. Our question is about bits. We love that you love bits. We love that we love bits. However, we have realized that inside jokes or bits and general tomfoolery amongst two close pals can sometimes come off as exclusionary or odd. We don't want to downplay our whimsical nature in front of other people, but we also don't want to be rude. As two women who navigate the world of whimsy with such ease and love, do you have advice on managing inside jokes / bits in a group setting? Love the show. Love you. Your pals, Noosh and Jacob. Okay, yeah. That's the... Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
What a question. Again, guys, these conversations are
important.
critical.
So I don't want you guys to think we are reading this and saying that we are going to give the perfect answer to this. We are just simply starting
learning.
conversations.
I'd
we are
say-
opening that door and
yeah.
saying, here's what we are thinking first off. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say just about every time that we are hanging out, we do have to have... There are at least 2 moments where we have to break and be like, whoa,
Yep.
we're only talking to each other.
We
real
went
quick.
to a different friend's party last weekend, right after we had done that episode about being like, the one that just came out, of
Oh,
us
yeah.
being like,
being in different spaces and like entering it. When we first got there, we were like, we have to branch out. But it was because it was
And
a
it was
lot of
weird
people in one
'cause
space.
it
It was
was-
like everybody had to kind of huddle.
yeah. But
So it
then
was kinda like,
everyone,
oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it was hard to get in. It was hard to break into a huddle
Yeah.
because huddles were already existing, and I think a lot of people knew each other there a lot more than the other spaces we had been in. So it was hard to like. They were already chit chat.
Us like recording something about being like, go out of your comfort zone. Us in a room of strangers to literally just...
And you guys got to know, we're aware. We
know.
joked about it at the party of being like, we need to talk to somebody within the next minute. We
Yeah.
need to approach somebody within the next. And sometimes you just got to jump in. Yeah. And that's why it helps to have a pal.
Yeah. I just tried to point my finger and poke my temple like I was thinking and I couldn't. And so I am actually going out of mitten mode, if I may.
Sure. You do whatever you want.
I just wasn't sure if you were
I'm not
attached
the
to
mitten
mitten mode. Hey, in my house, you are.
you may
Okay,
approve.
we're... Here's,
Demitten. You wanted to. What did just do one? There you go. No. Just do one. Right?
What?
Best
Guys-
of both worlds.
Guys,
Is that
is it
messing
crazy
you
to
up?
have one mitten and one fingerless
I feel
glove
like
hand?
because
Is that
then you
nuts?
can really like use that one tactically, but this hand's not doing anything else.
Okay.
You just hold the mic. That's not gonna change.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right.
Um,
This is a fantastic question. This is a fantastic question because it's something that we are constantly bumping into, and I think that the key part of it from the jump is just being aware of the
us
room.
having just talked to only each other for the past 15 minutes about your mittens and being like, now be aware of the other people in space. And so you understand that, again, that is something we are working on.
working on, and having a blast.
So I guess that is our advice at this current moment. Like, be conscious of it. That's good that you're conscious of it. And with your pal, make it like a game
of
to
how
break
do I,
out of. We hang out with each other all the time.
Mhm.
We're here in a room with other people now. Let's interact with those other people.
and also you have somebody that like view it as an opportunity of like, because you have your pal with you, you can bounce back and forth as a way to help connect with someone else. And the key is like making it like the intention of, no, we both want to connect with this person, and you feel more comfortable even like showing yourself to somebody because
your
you
true
have
side.
this person with you
To kind of
So,
validate it.
viewing it as a game too of like, how do we bring somebody else into this? How do we like bring them in on whatever inside joke of the moment there is, of being like, we saw something earlier that made us think of this, so we've just all night like giving them context to whatever it is that you might be doing can also just invite them to join in. And if they don't join in, pivot. There it is.
At the party. So the first real attempt we made at making friends at this party, we jumped in with this group of girlies. We found there was a bunch of girls at the party, but they were all kind of separate. There was a moment they all kind of came together, and we were like, we're getting in on that. We start talking to them. We're in. I would say within 5 minutes, we have formed a blood pact. I'm not joking.
We were like, well, we always like stand by each other.
Like, that was our joke that it got to.
Then one girl reaches out and she does something, and I go, whoa, wait, your tattoo. And she had like a bouquet that had 2 of the same flowers that mine did. So like also just like, okay, we're girlies. We're in the world. We're going to have. So then another girl goes, oh my gosh, and shows hers. And there was another one, and we were like, we had just done a bit about having a blood pact. And then here we are all having
we were
the same
like,
tattoo.
wow. And then we started being like, we're forming together. We're sticking together. And I don't remember what we were sticking together over, but.
And then I don't think we saw each other the rest of the night.
No.
And that's beautiful. That is perfect.
But it was nice to know too. I've got friends in this room now.
Yeah, I got a little
stick with smaller when you're like, I got some friends. Because also that's the nice thing of going to parties with your pal. Because if you break off from your pal for a moment and you're both talking to separate people, it's nice to know if your conversation ends, you could join this one, or vice versa, or you've made new friends, or you're gonna combine.
I think the biggest thing too is truly just being aware and providing context. Just the providing
Bring
context,
people
because
in.
it doesn't even have to be that you don't have to change the subject necessarily, especially if it's like you're with a coworker or you're with somebody who doesn't know this person that you're both like talking about in a good of like if you're telling a story or like
Also, a lot of times people are looking for a something to do at a party, so that's like kind of giving them a gift of being like, here, I'll give you the conversation for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then it just can flow from there. So it is just about like giving them the opportunity to actually like truly giving them the opportunity to join in and to understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And
Because
then
they'll probably
again,
have great ideas to add.
And that'll give you the vibe of if this person might be a little bit shyer or like is not going to be into that, you'll get the vibe pretty fast. And you can truly, you're there with your pals, so you can pivot.
And also, okay, so if you're in an embarrassing situation, which we have been in before, like even like missing a bus, like stuff like that, getting to bring in a different girly in on your woes, people love to feel like they've helped. People love to help as much as we think that they don't. But it makes people feel good. And I think that
that's a good
forms
thing.
a really instant camaraderie of being like, you helped me. Maybe I can help you with something. Like,
it's also just think about like every girl's bathroom. And that's always something that's talked about. And I think that's because it is a like beautiful thing.
I worked on, no one steal this idea. I worked on when I was working on that, I worked on a sitcom, and I was not a writer. But they did an episode where they went to a club, and one of the women had like a plot line where she was at the bar and she was kind of just making different friends at the bar, and it was just kind of a separate plot line about like her being cool at this bar like when she's solo without her husband. And I was like, she should be in the women's bathroom being like a therapist to all these women. Like that's such a funny side plot. Like I think like a movie just taking place in a women's bathroom, so funny.
Oh my gosh, the way that there was like a full B plot happening at all times in the girls' bathroom. I remember at
Homecomings?
prom. Oh, guys, I was setting up camp, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I was setting up camp.
Therapist, the doctor is in.
Guys,
Why
I'm
you crying,
washing,
baby.
I'm
Why
washing
you
my
crying?
hands. I hear some sniffling.
Oh, hey.
I pull out the paper towels.
Alyssa, what's going on, sweetie?
I remember I sat down with one girl that was crying, and she didn't go to our school. And I was like, yeah.
Hook, line, and sinker. You're looking for a friend. This sounds so predatory.
It really does.
But
meanwhile,
it's, really
me just like sliding.
I love it.
Me like perks of being a wallflower, sliding down the wall and being like, Hey,
Just trying to have a moment of connection.
I asked her, I was like, how long did you spend getting ready tonight? And she was like,
Millicent.
she was like 3 hours. And I was like, where did you get this dress? And she told me, and then I was like, how much did you spend on this dress? And she was like, she said whatever number. And I was like, you did not work this hard to look this good.
Rallying the people, rallying the troop, coming out like Narnia.
I'm beating on the stalls to get them to come out of the toilet.
Ladies!
We did not. And they're like, I'm actually just peeing. I'm actually just trying to go to the bathroom. This is actually a nightmare. This is a nightmare right now. She's a nightmare.
We don't even have time to get into the bathroom in Ireland. Guys, we will. We haven't. I don't think we have already.
We're gonna do
We
a
have
St.
a
Patrick's Day
crazy
episode
story
where
about
we go into it.
about a bathroom in Ireland.
Oh, yeah. We can't go into it right
That's
now.
what I'm
We
saying, but it's
cannot go into
crazy.
Celtic Nights right now.
Not now.
Not now. Okay, so this is a fantastic question. Asking the question shows the intention, and with that,
Follow
you
that.
have all that you need.
And it's like, I think that follow that inclination to be like, okay, so maybe I do want to branch out a little bit when we get to these parties. Like, I've got my pals got my back.
Yeah.
We're going to together make it a game to approach people, chit chat with people.
And when we say make it a game, we don't mean that in a like.
we're making you a game.
There are no points. Let's be very
It's
clear
more
about
being
this.
like-
There are no winners. There are no losers unless everybody's a winner. You
when
know?
you're with your pal, it feels fun to see how your pal is going to approach other people.
Yeah.
Like, I think we both take turns, like, approaching different groups of people,
Yeah.
and it's fun to see, like,
And I think we both have a favorite, or I definitely have a favorite thing that I do.
of to approach
Just like
people.
because typically, especially if it's another girlie, like you and I will both just be like the easiest way, and also just the most genuine
I know,
way
most authentic way.
is to just be like, oh my gosh, that belt is incredible.
Because there's probably a reason I want to talk to them anyway,
Yeah.
and be like, let's get in here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
it.
Because also, you ask a girl, you say to a girl, I like that nail color. She is going to be like, oh my gosh, this is my first time getting whatever, like getting this color.
Boom.
I typically do this. Now, why do you do that usually?
Warren, baby.
Oh, is that your favorite color? Oh, it just like looks good with, okay.
Okay.
Like, I want to know what
Word.
shapes of nails you've gone through. Tell me your history in the shape of your nails.
Pull out the photos. Pull out the photos.
Come on, you can zoom in, baby. Zoom on in. Not in a weird way. Not in a weird way. Don't be weird.
We haven't. Whoa.
That might be the
We
first
haven't
don't
said
be
that
weird
in
of
a
the
long
season.
time.
We haven't said it in
This
a
actually, I think
minute.
it might be a good time to bring up the fact that we did launch our merch. So if you
Yeah, by the
go
time this is
yeah, by the time this is out, if you go to heytherepals.com, you can see all of our different.
And we would be wearing it right now. There were some technical errors that prevented a certain shirt from publishing that we wanted to get first. However, any day now, really.
we will have them, but
Yeah.
we just wanted to say they're out now. We didn't want to.
It is out.
Asking enough that we were like, we just got to do it. There's no
Yeah.
reason to wait anymore. We'll just.
Yeah. We're just going to do it. And know that it's going to always be evolving. And
There's gonna be more. We're trying to go slow.
yes. And also, we have talked in the past about wanting to do almost like a pals fund, like having something where
Yes.
each merch collection that we do kind of has, each like merch collection we do, we kind of save, we take 10% of whatever it is and like pull it out and then keep it in a fund. And the idea is we would like to once every quarter maybe have the
Well,
pals.
again, we're figuring it out.
Yeah, we're figuring it out. But we want to have we want to choose 2 different charities to like not choose. It sounds horrible to like choose between.
I think we'll do it for the first 2 where it's like vote which one goes first. We'll do that one first.
Yeah,
And the second
yeah,
quarter
yeah.
we'll do the next one.
But then like the pals can be involved in it, and like if you have any if you have
Yeah, if
any
you
ones
have
that you're
any-
like, hey, this place
especially-
really checks out. I really love them. They've
I
been
would
doing a lot
say,
of work in my
too,
community.
what we are looking for in terms of like where we would like the pals as a collection to go is like anything that is very like friendship based, because we really do. It's not. We say this a lot.
Community
It
building.
isn't just like this is very haha silly, but we really truly do believe what we say in terms of wanting to have friends and like believing that friendship should be held in high esteem.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we are looking for organizations that also believe that, because
Yeah.
there are so many that do like after school programs for kids. Like,
Yeah.
I think you and I are both very like kid attached as well,
Yeah.
and like wanting to help the youth.
Anything that is like pouring back into the community in a way that is lifting up groups that are overlooked or also most at need.
Yeah, we had a
Not
pal.
most at need either. It's just like
No, just like what ones that you feel strongly about, and like you can tell us. But
The ones that
we
pull
had
pull
someone,
us.
right, Madison from the DMV area also had written into us and told us that she makes cookies for this pediatric cancer center.
Yeah.
And she's in high school and she does it with her pal. I was like, that is incredible. Keep doing that,
That-
because that, and like she wrote so passionately about it, and it was like that.
And it
is,
also,
like, what's
she
gonna
had
be
such
so
an
fulfilling in her life.
Yeah, she had such an emotional intelligence about it too.
Yeah.
And I don't even say that of like for a young person, just like
No.
as a person, like to be doing that in general, but the perspective that gives you, and like that's really cool. And also just if you're going to be spending time with your friends anyways, you may as well be doing something that like can be pouring into other
Yeah.
people in some way.
Yeah, because again, it feeds you.
Yeah.
It really does.
Because you're part of an organization that's community focused as well.
I am in the Junior League of Los Angeles, which is fun, and all of our focus is foster youth, which is amazing.
We should have you do
Incredible.
one of your. She knows so many. Like she knows. You've like learned a lot about it for the initiatives.
Yeah, it's
I get to like
honestly,
learn from you so much.
It would really be cool to do like a youth. I think we should do. I don't know how to say like a youth episode, but like do one about youth programs.
We could
and
have
stuff.
Roger too.
Yeah, we just have so many friends, and even Danny.
And
Like, we
Bree.
have so many friends that are involved in the foster community and like low income and stuff like that, and social work. So
Yeah.
we'd love to have them on.
Yeah.
We've been trying to put more pals in.
Yeah, if you haven't
You'll
noticed.
see that Lucy, our intern, has
Intern?
been doing amazing.
Yeah.
She's a little
She's-
magic trick.
I think she said the other day that she shuffled. She had another good
She
shuffle.
did. She texted me like 4 times about it. She
Yeah.
kept texting me. I shuffled.
I'm gonna be honest. I put her notifications. I did turn the notifications. She was texting me.
Well, I think
a
she's been
lot.
up late
She
practicing.
kept sending me pictures and saying, "Is this your card? Is this your card?" And I was like, "I haven't pulled a card, Lucy.
No, I'm in a different
Lucy,
room
I
than
haven't
you.
pulled a card."
When
And then
you
she was
took
like,
a
"This
picture
morning."
of my card, she's like, "It's the picture that I sent you," and it's like,
Yeah.
"Well, then you already know it. You know the
Yeah.
answer is no."
Yeah.
Because you took the picture for
But
me.
she's working on it, and I think that's beautiful.
She's learning it again. She's learning.
All right, back to mail.
Okay, Mel. Oh.
Uh-oh.
He's
okay, guys.
he's
He's
guys
fine.
again. He gets fixed up in between.
He's fine.
This is from Thomas. Thomas, shout out to Thomas, because Thomas has been, and this is not, you've heard us talk about a Thomas that is our in real life friend.
That's Tommy in my mind.
Yes, that's Tommy. That's our boy.
But you guys can only call him Thomas, I guess. I don't know if we haven't talked to Thomas about what his name can be, but you get that. All right. This one was very exciting. Subject, crediting you in academic work. From the jump, that sounds crazy.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I don't want to make any assumptions about your academic work, but I bet it's more exciting on a discussion board than anybody else's.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
You're
pal.
bringing something new to the table.
So this is from Thomas. Hey pals, big fan here. I'm in my first year of college and I'm taking a class called Love and Sex. Very funky name, but holy mama, it is incredibly interesting. I bet it is, Thomas.
bet. I can't imagine.
This week of class, we were discussing the Barbie movie along with Mad Max Fury Road and their displays of gender and sexuality. Our assignment this week was to write a discussion post, and within my post, I reference a few points that you pals made in your quote Year of Barbie podcast episode. I know this email does not hold much meaning. I just thought it would be nice to give thanks and credit towards you for your help with forming my assignment. Much love and cannot wait for the next episode. First of all, Thomas, how dare you assume that this does not
Isn't
hold meaning to us?
everything.
Have you not? You said you listen, correct? Okay, so you know we are sentimental
how excited
people.
we get, how much we would love to hear that. To be used in an piece of academic work?
Yeah, I told my mom about that, Thomas.
Thomas?
Thomas, I told my mom, I said somebody wrote about us in a discussion board piece. She said, wow. So,
do with that what you will.
yeah.
Take that one to the bank.
Also, speaking of my mom real quick, I do have to say I called my mom the other day and we were talking and she goes,
"Oh, don't put her on blast
It's
like
so-
this.
well,
It
I
is so
felt-
earnest. It's really sweet."
guys, she goes, we had an episode a couple weeks ago, our Twisters episode,
And
when
it's
everything
so
did
sad
get
to
blown
take
away.
advantage of a mother's love like
yeah, because
this.
my mom's obviously like all of our parents across like the country have been stressed out about the fires. And so she
It rained.
Yeah, yay. So she had called me and we're talking and she goes, I've been catching up on the podcast. And I was like, okay. And she goes, you didn't tell me about the wind damage. And I was like, what wind damage? What are you talking about? And she goes, the wind damage, your set, that it got into the set and it blew everything away. And I literally go, it took, my brain did not even, guys,
So if you haven't
fully-
seen it, the episode when it was really windy, we had a night where it was extremely windy and our power went out. It was a little scary, and we then just kind of didn't have time to really decorate the set, so we just decided to take everything off the set and just make it a blank set and be like, oh, it blew away, like kind of a throwaway joke, guys. You need to know
Yeah.
that's all the thought we put into that.
That's
Being
the
like, that's
whole-
funny, how it all.
all the thought, and then we dressed as the Twister. then we dressed as the Twister
So it
movies.
usually starts there, and then we go, hang on.
Wait a minute.
Because
What
I
if
think
we?
Bree said you guys should have done Twister. We were like, well, yeah, flannels and a cowboy hat.
Yeah, listen.
Your mother.
My mother, I go, wait, Mom, we didn't have. I said, no, Mom, no, that was a
And I
bit.
feel so sad for every second she was concerned.
And she goes, oh my God, I was thinking. That's strange that the wind would get into the garage, but I mean, maybe like the garage wasn't well built or something.
And that's so fair to believe.
Yeah. So I got to put her at ease, but also it was genuinely hilarious.
Feels
And she was
sad.
like, stop.
Oh.
But she did say, you know what, though? One thing about my mom, she knows when something silly happens.
Yeah,
Because my
yeah,
mom
yeah.
said, uh-oh, in a tone that made me be like, you know I'm going to say something. You know I'm going to bring it up. You...
Oh, it's an Amber Alert. That's a bummer, though. I'll say that. Oh. Sorry, guys. Milton's phone just started buzzing, and it was an alert, and it was an Amber Alert, which is extremely sad. But
We were worried for a second because,
we're kind of still on a bit of high alert with the fires. You don't know. Amazing. Should we move on?
Yeah, this was amazing, but wow. Thank you for crediting us in your work.
Thank you.
Keep it up. Stay in school.
Yeah. Keep doing what you're
unless
doing.
school ends up not being good for you in the long run and something insane happens and you're
Do
like,
what's best
maybe
for
it's best.
you.
Do what's best for you.
Trust the guys. That's all we're trying to teach you. Do what's best for
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Don't listen to us. Do it.
yeah.
Or listen to us. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Again, do what's best for you.
All right.
What was the theme of the episode?
What episode?
Of this episode?
Just mail, right?
No, we kept saying something earlier, and we were like, that's going to become the theme.
Oh, critical conversations.
Critical.
Mad Max Fury Road and Barbie together. Yeah, critical conversations. Actually, I would be interested to hear those tied together.
Yeah, hey, if you have any of it,
I feel like
send
I
it to us.
I haven't watched Mad Max Fury Road in a minute, but I
I
remember
haven't either.
the first time I watched it, I was.
Did
pretty-
people like Furiosa? We never ended up. We kind of had a moment where we weren't seeing movies for a minute because we were just really busy.
That was weird.
And so we didn't see Furiosa. Anyway, was
We
it
gotta
good? Did
catch
people
up on
like
some
it?
stuff.
Go to HeyTherePause.com and write in if you like Furiosa. Ready?
Do we want to take a break now? Because we have 4 left.
You think we can crank them out? Let's. How about we'll open this one?
We'll
We'll
this one and then
see
we're
what
gonna-
it is.
To the pals from a pal.
Did you guys think it was gonna be different? It's never gonna be different.
Oh, I think this one's only on half
Oh,
for some
gosh.
reason.
Okay, I need you guys to know this is how small this is written. And remember when I talked about my eyesight problems? Okay. This is from. Okay, Ruby. I wanted to make sure we could say her name. I think we can. I'll double check though. Hello from Australia, pals. That's another one for Australia. Ding 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 ding. You remind me of my best friend. She is the love of my life and the absolute best thing to ever happen to me. Parentheses, I have a partner and 2 young children. ... This is why we had to read this one. Marriage is not something I want, but I would marry my pal, and then parentheses platonically. We went to a festival this weekend and had a blast boogieing the night away and giggling in our tent until we literally passed out and slept like babies. After such a wholesome, love-filled weekend, I am missing her. But your podcast makes me feel close to her. You funny, girl. You funny GC. What's GC? Is also a funny goofball.
Goof clown.
You funny GC is also a funny.
Funny G's, maybe?
Is that a other? Anyway,
Maybe that's an Australian thing.
thank you and lots of love. Your pal Ruby. Heart
Ruby.
Ruby.
I don't know that I've ever known a Ruby I didn't love.
We love a Ruby. You guys.
We do love a Ruby.
We love
That
a
was
Ruby.
such a sweet message. And
That-
also, just how necessary at every stage of life having a good friend is. That it's like you are able to step out of every other identity
Yeah.
that you have. That's like may not even bad identities or
It's
anything,
not your
just other
whole
identities.
identity, though.
And you get to step in and just be like truly
a person and,
yourself.
like your authentic self.
Alongside somebody where it's like it's the same dynamic. Like there is something about that is just it's sacred.
My sister-in-law shared on her Instagram story the other day this thing about being like, you should be authentically, as a parent, like authentically enjoying your own passion. It's not selfish. Like it's gonna benefit your kid. Like
Yeah.
you think it's gonna take time away from your kid, but like it's so beneficial for your kid to
Oh my
see
gosh,
you as
yeah.
a parent enjoying life and exploring hobbies. Like that's gonna make them want to do that same thing.
Yeah. I always used to love like growing up when my mom would be like friends with my friends' moms.
Yeah.
Like when because I remember my childhood best friend who lived down the street from me. Our moms were really close, and we were best friends.
Yeah.
So it was awesome because like they'd come over and we would just get to hang out while the moms were hanging out. So like you'd hear the moms like laughing downstairs and like
everyone's leaving in a better mood.
Yeah, and I think there's just something about kids understanding that like, hey, I have a life.
Yeah.
Very much like I have this life, but also like my friends love you too, and like
there's I read that book that was like, and I'm gonna mispronounce it. It's Danish. I think it's the Hugli. I don't know. It's very weird. But it's the word for like this feeling in
Danish.
And where are the Danish from? Deutschland.
Isn't it? It's IKEA, right? Switzerland. No, Sweden.
Okay, so the Danish, what they do is it's their word for like the feeling of community and like the warm joy, the specific joy you get from like being a human and making connections.
It's Sweden.
We'll look it up.
Okay.
But they have like they burn like 20 times more candles than any other country because they know how to build a vibe. And then everyone is at home by 5 and like spending time with their family. They're spending time with their neighbors. They're having dinner together. Like being home is a significant part of their day.
Yeah.
It's not just like work and then you have a little bit of time at home at night. It's like you're spending time
and it's
recharging
also
that.
The candles, and were there other elements that it was about making home?
There was a lot about cooking because food is such a big like important part of community because it brings people together. It's the most time we spend together is when we sit down to eat. So it talks a lot about like the different cozy recipes that they have. They have a lot of like, because it's very cold there, so everyone like kind of wants to be inside and be. Anyway, guys, seek community.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you for sending that in, Ruby. Whoa, what the fuck?
Is that from him?
No, that was on the cape, I think. Oh, it's moss. It's moss.
Are you sure it wasn't from up there?
Oh.
From where he was? No. It's good. I am so sorry. I am
sorry you guys had to see that.
The camera. So what we probably just threw you in. What happened just then is
to give you guys context.
So we had picked him up. We were taking some photos with him, and to get like a little thumbnail while we started rolling, and then we put him back down, and then we noticed there was something on the cape, and we were like,
oh, was that on the cape? And then when we put him down, it was like kind of gross. And then we realized, Maddie said, well, was he from up there? Because we had him on a shelf in our garage that I don't think has been swept in, I'm not joking, 60 years.
Because I haven't.
I haven't. And I do not think anybody before us did. And then we realized that it was from that. And then when we got back, that kind of grossed us out. And then when I went down, I looked at my microphone and there was a piece of whatever that mystery dust was.
The mystery is what's the scariest part.
Yeah, the mystery is what makes
what
it
the dust is.
compelling in a bad way.
Okay.
Back to the mail.
All
right. Mail. I think it's my turn to read, or is it your turn to read? No, I think I just read.
It's my turn to read. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, mail.
Remember,
thank you again. He's fine. He's not hurt. He's fine. Oh.
Ooh.
To the
pals from a pal.
Oh. A little bit of a.
Ooh, a little bit of a flair on this one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait. Actually, I do want to show that one. Whoa.
It's a crayon.
Look, this one's different.
Ooh.
Wow, pal. They're like, I do not take credit for that.
No, if I'm honest, I did the crayon one first because I like crayon will be fun, but it didn't look like Elmo. It just like wasn't showing up at all. So then I had to go over it, and then I didn't love how it looked. Anyways.
I like it. I'm
glad
glad that we have it. Subject. Hey there. Irish pal here.
Hey-o!
Now it all makes sense.
Ireland.
Hey
Throwing
pal.
a hat
Yes,
in the
that's
ring.
ding ding ding. Have we already had one for Ireland?
Not yet, no.
It's one for Ireland. Hey pals. Hope you're having a great 2025 so far. Yeah. Just an Irish pal expressing interest in a pals on tour. I definitely can pull together some people for pals that I can get into the pod and would have a jolly good time. The Irish pals better unite. Parentheses. Ireland definitely gets the pals! Exclamation point. Okay, so then she wrote something in Gaelic, which we do not speak.
We will butcher it.
Or actually, or they. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the gender of this person. I apologize. but it says bye pals as in Gaelic. So I would say
It's spelled how now? It's spelled SLA with one of those little dashes, N, then space A space CHAIRDE.
so let her cook.
No, guys, I'm actually so scared right now.
So do we want to look it up right now, or do we want to tell them to call in, because we do have a phone number that you can call or text into?
And we want to make it clear too, again, even with the texting, we will not, this is you casting it into the void. These are not things
No.
I think we can respond over text, but that feels really weird.
feels a little
Something about that
invasive.
feels really personal.
So
I
it'll
don't
probably
know.
just be general text.
Yeah, unless we randomly
we're
decide to do a
reading your
text blast
text.
one day. Who knows? Anyways.
That's what I mean. Like, it'll go out to
yeah.
everybody.
So if you know how to say this, that would rock. But I say we look it up real quick.
Okay.
I say we look it up, and I say each of us does try to say it once, and we go in and trust that the pals will not have any judgment.
Okay, hang on. Can you...
Again, it's SLANACHAIRD.
Wait, SLAN space? And space. A space.
CH. Chaired day. But I don't think it's us. I think it's like slan.
Oh,
I
DE. RDE.
And even like, I'm like, I
Hang
don't think
on.
I've seen Gaelic spelled like that.
For my friends, it says pronunciation. How to
This
pronounce.
is thrilling.
Sorry, guys. Usually it comes up, but it's really.
Yeah, it's making us work for
Hang
it.
on. What? Hang on.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, it's making me sign up for a plan.
Slana harde. Wait, try it again. Okay. Slana harde.
Are we
Harde.
close at all?
Slana
Let me
harde.
see if there's another one. Okay.
We're saying it in like the exact pace too.
It's like, okay, this is going to require some more research, because it's like broken down. Like, it's telling me how to say slan.
I want to understand it
harder.
so that I can put our own flair on it, because that doesn't feel like the way that we would say it.
Right.
Slana harde. Does that work?
Yeah.
No, that I feel like the j felt important. Anyways, thank you
for
Thank
letting
you
us expand our minds
so much.
That's
Do
the
we
first
have a
thing
name
I've
on
ever
this?
learned in Gaelic. No, that's why I was. Oh no, it's at the end.
Oh, Eilis? Elis?
That's why I wasn't sure.
Ellis?
But
Elis?
thank
Eilis?
you.
Thank
So
you.
maybe pronunciation of your name and how to say that saying in Gaelic.
Yeah,
Call in.
yeah.
You
You can also, I think, we had somebody leave us a voice memo in an email one time, and that
again,
had
he's
us-
fine. He's fine. He's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
To the pals from a pal.
Oh.
All right.
Woo. Get it cooking now. Ooh.
This is from Allie. Subject line, community bar crawl. Community, love that. Crawling, sign me up. Hey, pals. Me and my pals all have apartments within the same complex. Okay, dream. And we did a bar crawl where we all had themes that were a surprise to each other. We made a drink and had one activity to do at each bar/apartment. We've done it twice and plan to do it triannually. It's so fun. You just seem like the type of pals that would appreciate this. Love your podcast. Okay, that is so funny. Even like everybody getting to be like each set a different vibe in each
In
bar.
your house,
Like,
and you could say, I wish we could do that with our, like, but it would all be us with like 70-year-old couples. I think we could do it though. A wine
we have
walk,
a neighbor that we absolutely would love
and we're
to
trying
get
to
in
get
there.
over there.
Yeah.
We're trying to get in
she's
with Leela.
the
I think
dream.
if all goes well, Leela will be on the pod within the
Yeah.
year.
One of these days, our dream is that as we're setting up, because we'll be going in and out from the garage, and we always are dressed weird or doing something. And one of these days, we dream that we'll have everything set up. We'll open the garage, and she'll be over there, and we'll get to like
Chit chat.
bring her over.
Like,
Come on in,
you know, hop
Leila.
in real quick and say
Guys,
hi.
she rocks,
She is everything to us,
and she's watching.
she's
She is watching. Make no
and
mistake,
because we're
Leila
watching
across
for
the
her
street.
too.
She
It's
is
community.
If one of us has our car parked on the wrong side of the street,
she's getting
at street
over
sweeping,
here.
she is over here banging on the door, and I appreciate that, and I need that. She has saved me hundreds.
So many times. Yeah, hundreds of dollars. Okay.
All right. Oh wait. So okay.
Did you read that one?
Yes, I did. That was the apartment bar call. That's
Oh,
amazing.
yes.
And
Incredible.
we are always trying to campaign to get our friends to move to where we are at all
To
times.
The pals from
A pal.
a pal.
Wow.
Are you guys tired of it yet? wow. Okay.
Wowie, wowie.
This is one that I think we've kind of lightly brought up before, maybe. This is from Arvin, okay? Arvin,
We've
talked.
seen you. We've
We've
heard
seen
you.
you.
We've seen your messages. We've seen your comments. And we want you to know that we were actually truly gathering our thoughts.
Yes. So,
Because we see what you're doing. We appreciate it. And we want you to know that.
And now's
from
the time.
jump, Arvin is a pal.
Because we want people to, we want to credit where credit is due.
We want this. Yes. Okay.
So, subject, Palaverse forum suggestions. So if you're not familiar, we did ask a good place because we want people to be able to chat and gather and just share fun stories about their own pals.
Yeah.
And we didn't know the
Facebook
best
group
way
didn't
to do
feel
that. So we kind of
ideal.
reached out to you guys and said, write into heytherepals.com if you have ideas.
And Arvin did.
And Arvin did. Hey pals, Australian pal Arvin here.
Uh-oh.
Ding, ding, ding. Just listened/watched to the New Year's Same Pals podcast and absolutely loved it as always. Just thought I'd give you advice when it comes to community forums. Thank you. That's what we wanted.
Learning.
We're ready. We're just 2 students in your class, and we are taking notes. Okay? Reddit is the easiest one for new listeners to join and easiest functionally to use. Parentheses, basically a cooler Facebook group. What? Thank you. What an excellent explanation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Because I kind of know Reddit.
I
But
search
not
specifically. I will search questions on Google and then
Yeah.
look up Reddit
Because-
I know that that's where I'll find the truth.
The kind of people who've been digging and chatting. Because again, when people come together, they get stuff done. Basically a core Facebook group. WhatsApp is easier to send voicemails on, but acts as a group chat rather than a page.
No, that
which
doesn't sound
we're
that
not
that
really
actually
interested in
kind
that.
of
That
sounds
very
terrifying.
overwhelming.
And not because of who would be in it, but just because of sheer numbers and also just
We're bad at responding to texts from people that we should be texting.
Maddie
back.
will have to be like, "Hey, like, oh, we're doing this and we're going here," and I'm like, "Oh, great," and then it's like, "Oh, that was 30 messages ago," and yeah, it's bad. It's a problem, and sometimes people will need to like
feel
hit me with
bad.
the like exclamation point on it, and that's good for me. Honestly.
Yeah.
To be like,
Sometimes I can
because
do
it
the at
feels
thing.
overwhelming to like try to address all of it, but to address single points, I'm like,
And I want you to
boom.
know, sometimes I'll at you, but I'm like, I just know it because I want it to go to the bottom for my brother.
No, and that's
So I want you to know
no,
it's not coming
and I
from,
want
like,
you
a
to know that every
annoyed
time
place.
it happens, I am not feeling pointed at
Okay,
all.
good.
It's always truly, I'm like, oh, thank God.
Because
Okay.
also sometimes in the mornings, Thomas and I will be chatting in our group chat. Someone will say something that's
the
like
Saturday
important
morning
information.
especially.
Then we'll all start chatting, but it might just be like me and Thomas chatting. And then if Millicent wakes up and she needs to know info that started at the beginning of this conversation, it's like, well,
lot
I'll
of
just
times-
add her so she'll see it.
A lot of times I'll wake up to the sound of Thomas in the living room on a Saturday, and I'll be like, oh, shoot, what do they got cooking for us? It's great. I love it. I love it. I just get to wake up into it, and it rocks. I'm slow moving, but I'm excited to be there.
And me and Tommy want to chit chat and hang out.
The number of times I just like stumble out into the living room with my hair and my
I love
hoodie.
seeing my boy in the morning. I'm like, let's go get a coffee.
I'm a bedhead
Him
king.
and I go. Yeah, Millicent's coming up. What's up? Okay, Discord kind of has both in the same sense where you have the ability to send voice notes and the ability to create subsections of group chats like memes, pals, questions, anything you can think of really. However, the layout can be confusing to some who don't already know how to use it. I don't know
That's
how
true.
to use
I have no idea
Discord.
how to use it.
I was on
I
it
know that-
once
Yeah.
remember whenever during the beginning of COVID was playing Among Us
Yeah.
and there was like I got added to like a friend's friend group, a Discord about playing Among Us, and I
Oh,
was like,
shoot.
I'm kind of
This
it
is
was
a
fun
lot.
once or twice, but I was like, I'm not doing this all the time.
I also don't want to download a new app, if I'm honest. And Reddit, you don't have to download the app. I can just have like go on the
Yep,
website
yep,
too,
yep,
which
yep,
is
yep.
nice.
Yeah, Discord kind of
It'll bother you. It'll say, "You sure you don't want an app?"
and I'll be like, yeah, just let
I'm
me
sure,
read it.
buddy.
Yeah. Okay, so but the means question. However, they can be confusing. I have experience making Discord servers and can definitely create a pal's Reddit page if you'd like. Reach out via, and then I don't want to drop his Instagram in case he doesn't want that. If you need help creating one, or if you'd like me to create one for you pals, we'll do it for free. I love this podcast so much. Is that weird to say on here?
I just got another stain on my sweatshirt. I got coffee.
Don't.
I should have had my
Guys.
tie to go stick out here.
This is a part of it. It's art. It's
Hold on.
art. Guys, when you start thinking of life as art, oh my gosh, you are watching, like, one of these days, Milson and I are going to do, like, performance art where we just set up a living room and hang out for 24 hours and you guys can watch. Because we're already going to be doing that. We may as well get paid to do that.
We have set up a living room,
I guess it is this.
except it's cold.
Yeah. I'm thinking of a more ideal setting in real life.
Yes.
Um,
Sorry, Arvin.
okay.
We keep going all over the place
So
with this.
reach out, but don't reach out via my email because I'm bad at checking my emails.
'Kay.
Anyway, thank you so much for the great pod. Hope to hear from you, pal, soon.
Here's the
Arvin.
thing, Arvin. You did not hear from us soon.
Arvin, You sent that a while ago.
Hey, Arvin, we're going to be so for real with you right now. We dropped the ball on this.
Arvin, we read stuff and we just get busy. We get distracted. You've seen how this goes.
You've seen how this goes.
And that's what happens in real life.
And we've been cooking and trying to get the merch going and everything. And so we dropped the ball on this. But we want you to know, Arvin, we saw it. We acknowledge it because Arvin, guys, did not hear back from us. And so Arvin took some initiative.
Yeah.
And Arvin stepped up and created a Reddit page.
Arvin, and it looks amazing.
It looks great. Oh my gosh. Here's the problem. We did not respond in time. And Arvin, we are probably going to email you before this episode comes out.
Yeah, so you will have already heard
We've
this.
already given Arvin context,
But
guys.
I just want people to know where to go because hopefully we'll have created a new one. And we're happy to create the new one, but you did such amazing jobs first
We'd
one.
love to just pivot just slightly
So
because
between when you set this up and when we heard this new word, that you had already set it up before we heard this new word. We have recently adopted the word palaxy. And there have been some thrown around because we'd said Pal's World, but we weren't sure. And then at some point, someone said Palaverse, which is kind of the going one for a minute. But now I think we've settled on Palaxy. So if we could get the new Reddit r/Palaxy,
Palaxy, that would be awesome. And if you didn't do that because you were like, it was taken, we'll figure out.
and also we can make it. Just so you know,
We
though.
can handle it. So
Thank
again,
you.
guys,
Or you
Arvin
could
will
do
have been emailed by this time, but ideally we will have that Reddit thread. And I don't even know if it's like if you're supposed to ask for that or if it's supposed to be like organic that it happens. I don't know if it's silly that we are asking for
is
that.
it weird?
But if anything, it's just because I'm like, the comment section on Instagram is hard to engage. Like, it just feels
I
weird and
feel
also
like it's
public.
different from like a normal podcast fan page because it's like, no, we actually wanted a space for you guys to talk about things and form actual community outside of this.
Yeah, a place to actually circle up like productively.
Yeah,
and
with each other, not just with us.
And I feel like Reddit is a good one again because you don't have to download the app. You can just like go to the website, which is nice.
But if anyone knows of like a hip up and coming app, we'll jump in. We'll be some of the first on the new forums.
Hey, we'll throw down.
Yeah.
Like we'll endorse.
We'll make an r/. R/ is I gotta say I kind of find it classy because you
Yeah.
always know what's going on when it's an r/.
Is this scarf working to cover the stain? Should I not?
From
have
my
it?
angle, but you do have another stain over there. Dang it! But I think you're okay. Yeah. Just do that. I also think it's like we're in it. You're scared. Guys, don't judge. We're not here to judge. Shall we? Oh, that was our
Was that our last one?
that was our last one.
Sorry, ma'am. Whoa. So housekeeping then. Let's just get around to some housekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, again, we will say by the time this episode has come out, the merch will have dropped. There are at heytherepals.com, which is also where you can reach out to us. The link is everywhere, but also just heytherepals.com. Pretty straight to the point. At that website, you can find our first ever official Pals merchandise, which
Guys,
is
Millicent has been hustling to get this page up, and so
I have been fighting tooth and nail, guys.
Yeah.
I was on some. I was going to Reddit for help at multiple points, so love it. But yeah,
cooking it up.
we have a couple of different T-shirts.
Yeah.
A crew neck tossed in there.
And we had talked about doing a Pals collection, which is going to be like more exclusive stuff and like the pocket Pals.
Those are coming soon. However, setting up that page is actually a whole other thing I've learned.
So just have patience with us. We're figuring it out.
And you know what? We might even end up just like selling them on Instagram or something or finding a way to do
Etsy,
that.
I don't know.
We're going to get into it, but ideally we'd love to not have to front more money somewhere on another site
We'd
to
like
do
to just,
it.
like,
We might
give it
just
to
like
you
figure
guys.
that
Yeah.
out. You
Yep,
get
yep,
it.
yep.
Regardless,
So that's coming,
we will also just in terms of where that money's going again on our Instagram at some point in the near future. Once we kind of get the merch going, we'll figure out which charities and which organizations we want to endorse, and we'll kind of propose that to the pals and just kind of see.
Our Instagram is at Won't You Be My Pal.
Yes.
Go follow it.
Because we could like divide it a lot, but I think it's just more. It's more like it's more impactful. I think to like aim it.
Yeah.
Intentionally too at this time. Anyways, we'll do that. That all of our Instagram. We are on TikTok at Won't You Be My Pal. That's also on YouTube. Please subscribe on YouTube, and let's just go ahead and even out the numbers across the board here, folks. Let's aim for that because I'd love it if like.
Guys, I don't know if people remember, at 20K on TikTok, which apparently is staying around, I don't know. At 20K, we get to go to Smokehouse, okay? We get to experience a steakhouse experience with a jazz musician who we're already obsessed with.
Just for context, I believe this was in our New Year's episode. We did come clean with you guys about the fact of, one, we want money so that for the sole reason of being able to buy human bouncy balls to climb into. But then the other goal that we have a tangible reward set up for ourselves is reaching 20K on TikTok.
Yep.
We have been at 19K, like 19 point for longer than I think.
Longer than I could tell. I truly think
so
since
long that
October.
it is humbling in a way that is like actually
I think
surprising.
since October.
We are now
to
at
truly go to 20,000 people to
Yeah.
none.
Guys, if we froze at 20,000 for a minute, that's fine. But just make it. I just
We're
want that.
so-
We're at
truly,
19.8 now.
I
If this
think
was a report card, it would round up. I'll say it.
Yeah. I think we even said when we were like, oh, now it's going to stop. Now that when we decided to go to Smokehouse at 20K.
We joked.
Because we were like, we're going to be going by next week.
Because
we said
based
that
on
in
the numbers,
October.
we were looking at numbers. Do you know how rare it is for me to look at numbers? I was like, you know what? Because we were trying to set a little goal for ourselves, a little treat. We were like trying to give ourselves a treat that
Yeah.
felt attainable.
Yeah, but we had to work for a little bit.
Yeah. And then we were like, 20K, we'll get there.
But
Fully,
at the rate we were going, we truly were like, we will get
Yeah.
there in a week and a half
Yeah.
max.
and then we're gonna be sitting at a steakhouse for the first time. We've never gone to a steakhouse together.
I think we even upped the number
Well,
because we
Texas
were
Roadhouse.
like, well,
Roadhouse, but that's a
Texas
roadhouse,
Roadhouse.
not a steakhouse.
yeah.
No, but the number just froze. So we'd love to go over. But all that to say,
Send
follow
us
us
to a
around.
pal.
Follow us around. If you follow us on Instagram, also follow us on TikTok because we're doing different things on both too. That's the deal. Ideally, if TikTok sticks around, we're keeping TikTok where we're like posting clips and such, and on Instagram we're doing
Yeah.
clips, but we're also doing other stuff.
We got other stuff going on.
And that's where we announce things. So the merch
Yeah.
dropping, and then also when we do finally put out the Pocket Pals, that'll be a whole thing.
it'll be on there.
But we're gonna have some stuff coming up too for Valentine's Day in the
Yeah.
very near future. So we might
yeah.
have something flashing up for that. But again, heytherepals.com if you want to write in. I think that's all the housekeeping, right? That feels like
Guys,
everything.
I'm grateful to be here.
I'm thrilled to be here. Can I
Thank
say
you
that?
all for writing in.
Yes,
This was
it's an honor. It really is.
We each time we read one of these, we go, oh,
Yeah. It really is just so flattering to take time out of your day to like reach out into the void. And it is obviously us being like, you can reach us here, 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 and here.
yeah.
But it's because truly it is like, oh, it's adrenaline. in
And
the
it's
veins.
exciting to get to share it with all of you.
Yeah. And we also just like giggle, haha. We did have a pal reach out last night. I got the email. You guys.
Thank you.
What is their, I want to say their name.
I can throw it up on the screen.
We're going to post it on our Instagram.
But we'll post
for
it.
sure. We got a pal fan art. They created, they like,
It looks like a video game of pals.
and they
also
did our
on the pal
logo
set.
and this like
They did our logo,
pixelated.
and it was like, which pal are you or something, and you could
Choose your
switch
pal?
through our different. Yeah, choose your pal.
You
You could
guys?
switch through like different outfits we've worn.
Hey guys, we actually like had to
I was like shaking.
foam at the mouth.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. No, it was amazing. This stuff means we've had people send in the videos, the edits. We've had like one of our
Yeah.
Irish pals who's in uni had created the bump in the night audio and sent it to us. They were like, I think she was literally like, I finished my studying early and I like messed around with doing this, and they just fully.
Should we play it now? I don't think we've played it.
It might be copyrighted because of the beat though, because it's the 360 beat.
Maybe we can put it on our Instagram.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe on our
This
TikTok.
one was not a ploy to get you to our Instagram, but
Yeah,
I
but
think
that
it might
actually is.
not flag it.
We don't understand how this works, okay?
We're just trying to
still
survive. We don't want to
learning.
get banned because that's gonna be for
Yeah.
no reason. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fine.
Comment below, hop in, circle up. Arvin, we
Thank
will
you,
be
buddy.
emailing you, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
You will have heard about this. I'm holding myself
Already.
accountable for later in the day.
Check your emails
Check.
if you haven't heard from us.
Arvin's like, okay,
He said,
I literally, you guys,
we've
I
been
said that
talking.
3 months
Yeah.
ago. All right, pals. What?